Let's jump right in, because today, in this explainer, we are tackling something incredibly frustrating. It's that universal, frankly mysterious experience that hits so many of us once we cross the age of 60. We're going to completely unpack exactly why your sleep changes, and much more importantly, what you can actually do to fix it.
So, picture this. You open your eyes in the pitch black. You roll over, stare at the clock, and it is exactly 3:17 a.m. Or, maybe 4:08 a.m. And you just lie there staring at the ceiling thinking, seriously, why does this keep happening? Well, if you have been there, I promise you, you are far from alone. Literally millions of older adults are facing this exact same scenario, sometimes every single night.
And when this happens, right, we usually jump to one of two huge extremes. On one side, there's the myth. We brush it off, we figure, well, I guess poor sleep is just an unavoidable reality of getting older. But on the flip side, there's the fear. You're sitting there in the dark, spiraling, worried that your body is broken or something is seriously wrong with your health. But actually, the truth is so much more fascinating than either of those ideas. And understanding it, well, that's your ticket to getting your energy back.
Okay, Section 1. Why our sleep changes, the biology of aging and rest. To really get this, we kind of need to put on our biologist hats for a second and investigate why our bodies, and specifically our sleep patterns, naturally evolve over time.
So, first things first, sleep isn't just one long continuous state. Your brain is actually moving through different stages all night long. Now, younger sleep features these really long, stable, deep stages, but older sleep, it naturally becomes a lot lighter. That means just a tiny change in the room temperature, a faint sound from outside, or, a full bladder can snap you right out of it. And honestly, here's the real secret to that 3 a.m. mystery. People always think they're waking up at 3 or 4 for some bizarre, mysterious reason. But really, it's just because that time falls right at the end of a normal sleep cycle. And since your sleep is lighter overall now, waking up during that transition is just incredibly likely.
Another absolutely crucial piece of this puzzle is your circadian rhythm. You can think of this as your body's master internal clock. As we get older, this natural rhythm actually shifts earlier. So what does that mean for you? It means you might start feeling sleepy earlier in the evening, and as a direct result, you're going to naturally wake up earlier in the morning. The main takeaway here is that this shift is entirely common. It absolutely doesn't mean something is wrong, it just means your internal clock is running on a brand new schedule.
Now, we also have to talk about hormones, and specifically melatonin. This is basically your body's dedicated sleep hormone. It's the chemical signal that taps your brain on the shoulder and says, hey, it's time to rest. But as we age, our natural melatonin production usually decreases. So with less of that sleep signal floating around in your system, it's not only easier to wake up in the middle of the night, but it is significantly harder to fall back asleep once you do.
So, your biology has already set the stage for lighter sleep, right? Now let's look at the environmental and lifestyle interrupters that completely take advantage of that. First up, the bladder. Your kidneys are still producing urine overnight, and things like an enlarged prostate or just normal changes in bladder function make bathroom trips super frequent, especially if you're drinking fluids right before bed. Second, medications. These are completely overlooked culprits. Medicines for blood pressure, heart conditions, or asthma can easily disrupt your sleep. And finally, stress and anxiety. Think about it. When the house is completely dead silent at 3 a.m., your worries about health, finances, or your family suddenly feel incredibly loud, and that keeps your brain wide awake.
But what if it's not just a loud house or that late cup of tea? Section 2. Hidden Health Sleep Interrupters. Identifying medical suspects. We are going to play detective here and uncover some very treatable health conditions that might actually be the thing waking you up. So there's a checklist of hidden signs we really need to watch out for. Now, these conditions don't affect everyone, but identifying them is absolutely critical. Take sleep apnea at the top. You might actually think you're sleeping, but pauses in your breathing wake your brain up dozens of times, leaving you with these awful morning headaches and just total daytime exhaustion. Or heartburn. A late meal can cause acid reflux, giving you a sour taste that wakes you right up out of a dead sleep. Chronic pain, like arthritis, can make finding a comfortable position nearly impossible. And look at diabetes. If your blood sugar is fluctuating at night, you might wake up with unusual sweating, shakiness, or just intense thirst. If you recognize any of these specific signs, consider that your cue to seek proper medical care. Because the good news, these are highly, highly treatable. So, to bring this all together, how do you actually know if you're just experiencing normal aging or if you should go see a doctor? Well, waking up at the exact same time every night isn't automatically a bad thing. If you wake up but then fall back asleep shortly after and you wake up feeling refreshed and functional the next day, that's just a totally normal age-related change. Nothing to worry about.
The warning signs, though, are on the right side of that equation. Things like staying awake for long periods, feeling exhausted every single day, or experiencing that severe snoring and gasping we just talked about.
Okay, let's get into the solutions, which is the best part. Section 3, Science-Backed Sleep Strategies, Reclaiming Your Rest. We can actually use some highly actionable, non-medical lifestyle adjustments, and you can start doing these today.
Believe it or not, better sleep actually begins the exact moment you wake up. First off, keeping a regular sleep schedule actively strengthens your brain's routine. Second, and this is a big one, getting 20 to 30 minutes of morning sunlight is just incredibly powerful. It signals to your body that the day has begun, which directly strengthens that circadian rhythm we talked about earlier. And third, moderate daily physical activity massively improves sleep quality. Just make sure you aren't doing vigorous, intense exercise right before bed, because that will absolutely keep you awake.
Now, as evening rolls around, your routine needs to shift gears. Limiting fluids prevents those annoying midnight bathroom trips. And a quick note on alcohol. It might make you feel sleepy at first, but it actually causes significantly lighter, disrupted sleep later in the night. You also want to optimize your environment. Keep the bedroom cool, quiet, and really dark. And crucially, you need to create a screen-free relaxing routine. Looking at phones or tablets shines blue light directly into your eyes, which literally signals your brain to stay alert right when you want it to be winding down.
But let's say it happens anyway. It's 3 a.m. and your eyes pop open. There is a simple step-by-step method to handle this. Step 1. Do not watch the clock. Seriously, staring at the time spikes your stress levels immediately. Step 2. Just take slow, steady breaths. Step 3. If you've been awake for about 20 minutes and you're starting to feel frustrated, get out of bed. I can't stress this enough, this is so important. Step 4. Go read a book in dim lighting. You only return to bed when you feel physically sleepy again. Your brain has to associate your bed strictly with sleep, not with tossing, turning, and stress.
A very brief but super important caution here. I know it is so tempting to just reach for a bottle of pills, but over-the-counter sleep aids and supplements are not a cure-all. They don't fix the underlying biological causes of your disrupted sleep, and worse, they can actually interact with prescription drugs and significantly increase the risk of dizziness and falls for older adults. So please always consult your doctor before starting any new supplement.
Section 4. The path to better sleep. Why your rest matters. We've talked about the why and the how, but now I really want to look at the massive, holistic benefits of actually getting this right.
Because sleep isn't just about not feeling tired the next day. It is an incredibly active biological process. Just look at what your body's doing while you're out. It is organizing your memories, recovering your heart function from the day's stress, repairing your entire immune system, and physically healing your muscles and tissues. Sleep isn't downtime, it's a critical period of active repair.
So the crucial point I want to make is this. You absolutely do not have to accept exhaustion as just some normal, unavoidable part of aging. Small habits compound over time. Fixing your sleep schedule, getting some morning sun, avoiding those screens at night. These modest improvements stack up into better energy, sharper thinking, and a massively higher quality of life.
I want to leave you with this really powerful final thought. Protecting your sleep is one of the most valuable investments you can make in healthy aging. It is the foundation that literally everything else rests upon. When you prioritize your rest, you are directly prioritizing your long-term health.
Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Now I turn it over to you. What has actually helped you sleep better? Or what sleep challenge should we investigate in our very next explainer? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Because honestly, your specific experience might be the exact answer someone else is frantically searching for at 3 a.m. tonight. See you next time.